Good morning, everyone. And this is a very happy occasion for all of us. And celebrating Dr. Sangal would not be complete if we do not give away some resources, natural language resources, which has been his area of, I would say, passion and interest for last several years. So we thought on this occasion we would like to release some of the language resources that we've been developing over the years in LTRC and add to the um, celebration. So I have two, three slides to share what kind of resources we are releasing. Uh, Hindi Dependency Tree Bank, and Rajesh is here with us. The work started way back with NSF funding, and Rajesh was one of the collaborators with us. This tree bank, first part we had released already in the one which was developed earlier in 2015. But over the years, we continued to work on it. And now the initial version of the tree bank had about 400,000 tokens and about 20,000 sentences. But over the years, we have added another 30,000, 300,000 tokens and about 13,000 sentences. So we now have a good tree bank with about 33,000 plus sentences. Now, the resource is very rich. Another contribution that Vasu mentioned that Dr. Sangal has done to the NLP community in a big way is following Indian grammatical tradition. And this tree bank is annotated with rich and I would say more semantically oriented Paninian grammatical framework. So the grammatical analysis is following Paninian grammatical framework, plus of course morphoanalysis, part of speech tag. So it's a very, very rich resource. And for Hindi now, we have a big one for people to use and take work forward. Uh, a very small compared to Hindi is Telugu Tree Bank, but we thought we should also start releasing or working on other tree banks. So this Telugu Tree Bank is about 3,000 sentences. Again, annotated with Paninian framework. Urdu Dependency Tree Bank, we have an earlier version, and this is an addition on entertainment domain. So smaller in size, but then there is a bigger Urdu Tree Bank, which is already available. Next, please. Apart from tree banks, we also have data because we are in Hyderabad and we should be doing much more work on Telugu. So a lot of Telugu resources with sentiment analysis, annotated data, emotion identification, hate speech detection, sarcasm, named entity, because that's another very important, I would say, step in doing NLP. And Indian languages named entity recognition is quite challenging. So we need good quantities of data. So for Telugu, we have. And another very interesting data that we thought we would share with the community is on word problem solving. These are arithmetic word problems, which are, of course, in natural language, to interpret it and convert it into equations. So in English, work has been going on. This is the first data that we are releasing in any Indian language for word problem solving, and that is in Hindi. So these are the data resources. Then apart from data resources, we also have some tools. Sampark shallow parsers. Sampark were shallow parsers were developed during the project way back, but then they have been re-engineered recently, and APIs now are available. So these shallow parsers have part of speech tagging, morphoanalysis, and chunking. And these are for several Indian languages that we are making available. SSF is a standard format for representation that was again mentioned that Dr. Sangal worked on. And Conal is another format which is kind of used a lot in NLP community. So we have a converter where you can convert from SSF to Conal. And we thought we should also make that available, because when we are making our data available, most of it is in SSF format. And if people want to merge with other data or do things or apply things which are more at the international level, then this converter is also there. And of course, the initial baseline for Hindi word problem solving. So that's all work.